recruiting is never over. In fact, I'm going to do a little recruiting here today. I'm pushing our program. We're always talking about UIW football and how important it is. And we had a fabulous recruiting class. A lot of people think that on National Signing Day, but we had a fabulous class. We felt like we needed some big, tough, strong offensive linemen, some difference makers in the defensive line. We got both of those things with several of our guys, and we wanted to improve our overall speed and athleticism, and we certainly did that. We don't care what the experts out there say, but as far as the media outlets, and we didn't sign any 5-star guys like Alabama did, but we signed 2 guys who were 3-star players and 3 that were 2-star players, and that's a first for us. Those are all talented guys. Doesn't mean they're the 5 best players we got, but they're certainly it's certainly noteworthy to say that. We signed a total of 18 high school players, one of whom's already in school. We had 2 junior college players enroll at the semester and 1 transfer enroll at the semester. We signed 17 high school players today and 1 junior college player today. So it's a really outstanding class. We're excited as heck. A couple things I want to mention this. We take real pride in treating the local people properly. You know, we consider the local area, everything north to Austin and south to Harlingen is a local area for us. And we get out and beat the bushes and let the coaches know that we have great respect for them and the players in this area. We don't recruit every player that they think we should recruit, and we don't get every player that we offer a scholarship to, but we treat the local area with great pride, and we would like to do a good job in the local area before we get out to Houston and Dallas. You know, people talk about the culture change. That's the big buzzword. You know, we're going to change the culture. And if you Google culture change, it's a long deal. There's a whole lot of stuff going on about that. So what we say is we're going to change the perception, and because perception in many cases is a lot more important than reality. It's how you view something. Perception is how you look at something, and we've changed the perception here for in a lot of ways and for a lot of reasons. One, when President Agnesi decided to go to Division I FCS from Division II, that changed the perception of UIW football. It attracted more talented players than before. That helped. You know, at this university we have a Dean of Student Success. Her name is Sandy McMakin, and she told me to make sure I said this, that the next reason that this program changed was because we hired a coach with a Super Bowl ring. So that changed the perception. Whether I'm any good or not doesn't matter. I got a big ring, so the perception is different. Okay? When Ricky Williams came on board, it changed the national perception of UIW. A lot more people watched Monday Night Football. About 90 million people watched Monday Night Football and saw Ricky on there and being interviewed, and President Agnesi being interviewed, and that was a big deal. And it's a big deal when we walk him into a kid's home and his parents are dazzled by the fact that we've got a Heisman Trophy winner walking in there and he's going to be coaching their son. It makes a big difference. Our players have made a conscious effort to do as we've asked them to do. And we have that sign out over the locker room door that says everybody counts or nobody counts. And what we mean by that is we treat everybody the same. We treat everybody with respect and dignity that we would expect in return. And that means we treat the president the same as we treat the janitor or anybody else. It's just the way we want it. And they've made that conscious effort to do that. And it's not just about lip service, it's about actions, not words. And we ask them to do that, and they've done a great job of that. The sign on the door, if you came in either one of these doors, the sign says leave your negative attitudes outside this building. We only accept positive attitudes in here, and that's real. We don't like negative attitudes in this building, and we tell them that. And you know, when we had our big recruiting weekend on the 17th of January, 17th and 18th, we had 25 players and their families in visiting, and almost everybody who was here committed to us that weekend. And toward the end of that weekend, we have a player forum in this room in here. We had 10 of our players sit in here, and all the parents and players came in here. Coaches we weren't allowed in here, and they got to ask them real questions. You know, what's it really like here? We know what the coaches are saying. What's it really like? And I can't tell you how many parents said to me how good our players were about it, and how well they like what we're doing, and they like our program, because we truly try to treat them with great respect and dignity, and we ask them to do the right thing. This is not just a flim-flam deal, and it's not just about winning and losing. It's about doing the right thing and acting right. And most of all, the guys who do all the work, you know, I delegate very well, and guys, I delegate so well that they know what I'm not going to do already, and they do it ahead of me. And so the guys who really deserve the credit are the coaching staff, because they worked their tail off. They were in over 500 high schools last spring, coming up with lists. They make the initial contacts. Occasionally they allow me to go and do a home visit. Some of them don't particularly want me to, but most of them do. But they deserve a lot of credit, and I can't speak highly enough of our coaching staff. They also deserve a big raise, but that's something that we'll talk about later. As I said, the first weekend we had 25 players in, 20-something committed. Really, we canceled the second week and only had, I think we had 2 or 3 players in, and then the third weekend we had a couple of potential walk-on guys in. So really, our recruiting was done after the first weekend, and you know, if we'd have said 3 months ago, here's the guys we're going to sign in this recruiting class, we'd have been jumping for joy, and we are. It's a tremendous class. Our first recruiting class 2 years ago was a little bit less because, you know, we got hired late, we got a late start. We didn't sign as many. Last year's class was a phenomenal class. 18 of them actually played last year quite a bit. 15 of them redshirted. And this class outdoes both of them by a considerable margin athletically. Doesn't mean they're going to be better players, but athletically it's a better group. So